165th in the main event, 2008, and then four straight cashes, 2012 to 2015 in the main. It can't just be the healthy living. I mean, you got to have some play in you. Do you have a secret? Is it the structure? Does it fit your game? What's happening?
Oh man,
I mean,
the main
you
event.
almost got the record.
I know I was one away, and I was a little nervous going into last year. Oh man, and the day of the main event, I think it was before day 2. That's last year. The day before the main event, no, the day of the main event, the landscapers at our house decided that was the day that they wanted to clean up the palm trees, and we're basically working with chainsaws right outside the day of the main. So I'm like getting these signs like, maybe I'm not going to get the record, but you know what? Maybe it's not about getting the record. So the main event, yeah, it definitely suits my style because for the most part, I'm a pretty solid player. I'm a pretty conservative player. I'm capable of making moves when the time arises, when a really good opportunity presents itself, or, when I just get that intuition, that instinct that it's time to make a play. But for the most part, I play a pretty solid game. And because the main event has so many satellite players and so many people who are playing out of their comfort zone and so many people who are drawn to it for, the first time, for the novelty of it, there's some weaker competition in the mix that will fall for some tricks, per se. I've always been really big on table image, and I dress the part of, well, if I'm being completely honest, I tried to get the image of a drug dealer. So I just had some drug money and had no idea what I was doing and thinking I was just a shooter. Meanwhile, I was playing a super solid, tight game. And then I would mix in a few, really unorthodox leads and stuff that would get them to be like, this guy's clowning around. He can't have it. Put the chips in, and I'd say, sorry, bro. I got it. So table image was very helpful. The other thing is that the healthy living allowed me to have the stamina to get through those long days, because the days are just insane. 10 hours a day, multiple days in a row. Those times I made day 5, I was just absolutely destroyed by that point. So I guess I still have some work to do. But, the stakes go up as the days go on. And so being sharp later in the day is more important than being sharp early in the day. And so I've learned to pace myself over the years. I've learned how much energy to exert in the early going, and I've really used the meditation and the breathing techniques to keep my energy high at the end of the day and actually stay really charged up and kind of be peaking as the dinner break arrives while other people are falling on them. They start high and kind of fall off. So those are the main things. The fact that it's a 9-handed tournament too also plays to my style because I'm very patient. I really respect the ranges I should play from the various positions, whereas some players just want to get in the mix. They want to show their abilities and really battle it out. And in a huge field tournament like that, where there are so many soft spots, I think that going to war in the early going just isn't really necessary. Whereas if it was a tournament like, the 10K pot limit or the 10K 6 max, neither of which I've ever played because I think they're just way too tough. You gotta battle. That's what those games are all about. So for me, it's the softest 10K of the year, but at the same time, I'm comfortable playing it, and therefore I'm able to play my best and just be pretty solid, pretty steady, pretty patient, pretty consistent. And the fact that I have really good people in my corner too, and really good support, people talking really good strategy around me when I'm back at the house on the breaks, helps me to see, what moves I can also mix in there. I've also been really fortunate to have some swaps with some very good players and to be able to sweat some really good players on the way to the final table. In fact, I've actually watched 3 final tables live, I think. In 2010, my friend Matt Jarvis made the November 9. Just this past year, my old roommate Griffin Benger made the November 9. And obviously in 2012, Greg, you won the whole thing. But the short response to your question, Derek, of whether or not I have a secret for it, I actually have a complete 6-hour program called My Winning System where I go through everything I apply strategy. I talk about the mental game of poker, the physical game of poker, the strategic game of poker, the spiritual game of poker. I just put it all in there because I think anyone who understands those concepts can replicate my success. And I think if someone applies those concepts and combines it with a higher level of natural talent than I have, like Greg Merson, for example, they can just go win the thing. And, I would love nothing more than to get to be a coach for someone who makes the final table of the main event and help them win it again, because being there front and center, watching Greggy when that final card went down, it's just, I think to this day, it's still the best moment in my life. I remember just tearing up and a friend looking at me and being like, wow, you guys must have been through a lot to get here. And I'm like, brother, you have no idea the kind of downs we had to go through before we got here. We got ourselves into some shenanigans, which I'll have to save for a future episode of the show.